Hello everyone, welcome to my first ever Runescape video. Today I'd like to begin by telling you guys what my plans are for this entire video series. To begin, I'm going to be getting rid of everything on this account. This is my main account that I've had for about 10 years. My cousin is going to be playing. He's going to be getting back into RuneScape after quite a many years of being absent. And I want him to get a good experience of the game. I don't want him to just feel like I'm babying him through it. I want it to be enjoyable for him. So the first thing I'm going to do is get all of my items out of my bank and go through and just sell everything I can. If not, drop it. Just basically start from scratch. Now, he won't be on the game for another week or so, so it gives me time to kind of mess around and work on my maxing. It'll give me time to do a lot of the AFK things before he does get here, but also it'll give me time to really clear up everything, make sure I'm not forgetting anything big. One important thing I do have to note is I have a lot of super overloads and stuff like that, so I have to figure out if I'm going to keep them or get rid of them or what I'm going to do. My main idea is that I'm just going to leave them. I'm going to avoid using them if I can, and if I get the materials to make them in the future, I'll just make them and keep track of it. Because if I ever do stop doing this play style, I don't want to have wasted thousands of, gold and hours and stuff that I put into it. But also, I'm going to be playing in an iron main status. So, instead of using the Grand Exchange for everything, which I'm going to allow my cousin to do, I'm going to restrict myself to obviously not using it. And this will be mainly for me just to kind of enjoy myself while I'm playing with him, because like I said, playing for 10 years, I've seen basically everything in this game. I've done basically everything. So it'll really give me a chance to explore the game and really get a feel for what I'm good at, because as it stands, I could just go into my bank and say, oh, I want to go kill a Raxor. Let me just grab my best in slot gear for this or that, and, just go kill him all day, every day. But I've played long enough now that I think it'd be interesting to play like an Iron Man, but not have to, level up my Iron Man all the way back up to where I am. So my first step right now is going to be clearing out the bank, and I'll be right back after that's done. So it came to my attention while cleaning out my bank that I had a few items that I wanted to keep, but would take up a lot of space if I kept them in the bank. So I built a costume room onto my house, and I started adding whatever I could into the boxes. I'm thinking it would be a good idea to keep it interesting to me, keep the game fun, filling out the rest of the boxes and stuff as a little mini goal. I think that would really help keep it from becoming boring, collecting what I need in the game, and then I can move on to bigger goals in the future. Alright, so I finally finished my shower, and I think as far as I know the entire bank should be cleaned. The first thing I want to go over, now that the bank is cleaned out, is the things that I kept. So, for the most part, all the stuff basic, quest items, uh, rewards from tasks, and just random things that you end up getting. But these are the things I had kind of questions about. So I have my Arcane Stream and my Demon Horn, stuff from Dungeoneering. I have my helmet from Slayer, which I have no idea if I even can get some of the tasks to get it back anymore from my current Slayer Master. I might have to go out of the way and grind out things like Black Mask and stuff like that. And I will be using skill cape perks, because no reason not to. Things like not having to use thread while crafting aren't innately overpowered, but they will make the game somewhat easier for me, so I'm not just doing mindlessly grindy things. Things like catching more than one fish just make getting food a lot just simpler for me. It won't make it so boring. Okay, so other than all these, I don't have anything that specifically I have to go over. So from this point on, I'm going to spend all of my money on I'm going to be buying shards with it. And I'm going to keep those on the side for my cousin to get his prayer and herb lore up. I think it'd be a good idea so he's not grinding as much for the silly, 75 prayer or whatever. It would make it a lot less of a hassle for him to get up skills that are literally just buyables. Uh, Getting money isn't hard, I guess to say. It's just kind of happens, but when you're low level, getting anything like 10 mil seems so much more substantial, and it really does make the difference when it saves you a lot of time and effort of just getting what you need done so you can enjoy the fun parts of the game. His background is he has played World of Warcraft for many years. He's played Hearthstone, uh, League of Legends, games like that, where it's very actiony, very mentally stimulating. And so returning to a game like RuneScape, where it's literally just sitting down and clicking on things for hours at a time, could lead to boredom. And I very much understand that. So I'm trying to make it to where he still gets the gameplay, he still gets to enjoy what RuneScape is, which is sometimes grindy, sometimes enjoying the simplicity of things, but also isn't bored to tears within the first week because all he's doing is sitting there grinding money and grinding items. I want him to also be able to play. So the first thing he is probably going to end up doing is trading those in for cash and using that for whatever he needs at the time. But starting now, I'm going to be dropping whatever money I have here, and I'm going to start playing without the Grand Exchange. To make sure that I'm not using it and to kind of keep an idea of what's been happening. I'm just actually going to leave what's in here, and it's going to be hard if I wanted to set the staging up every time I went in to show you guys, so I don't think I'm going to be cheating or anything with that. Alright, so the first thing I thought I'd do was to come over to the nature altar and create some nature runes. And now we're going to go to Varrock and turn in these strange stones that we just got. Just as fire staff in general from Birthroot. Alright, literally on the second kill we got it. And what we do is change the element here to fire. And this means whenever we need it, we can just pop it on and use the High Alch. But I have to switch my spellbook up. Alright, so the next step is going to be killing cockroach soldiers to get the carapace so that we can make it into carapace bodies. Using that, we're going to alch it using the runes to get 2.7k each. And it only takes 3 per body. And as you can see, they're pretty easy to kill. And it gives me coin drops. So this should be pretty good to get us to the next part that we're going to get. Alright, so after a bit of grinding, I finally got to 200k cash, so that means I can go buy some dragon scimitars. I've also decided that this is the official bank tab of this series, and this is where I'll be keeping everything. Alright, so before I go back to Slayer, I'm going to go and fish a little bit to try and get some food. Alright, I just finished up my fishing, and I've got 91 rocktails, and 2 baron sharks for some reason. And I guess it's time to start Slayer, my current task being Chaos Giants. So hopefully I'm going to be able to kill them. I actually don't know off the top of my head how easy they are, but I guess I'll get back to you on that. Alright, so funny story is as soon as I went to go help my mom with something, I died, but also I got a Cyrenic Scale. And I don't know if it's still in the chat, but look right here. A rainbow beam shined right over it, and while I'm wearing my defense cape, I died the first time, and it returned me back to life. And then I died again. Thankfully, the guy was nice enough to give me it back. He grabbed it right before I got there. But that was great. Alright, so right now my biggest issue is the fact that with these dragon scimitars, I'm barely able to damage the dark beasts, and they are really kicking my ass. So I'm probably going to end up going through a lot of food, but if I keep at it, I'll probably get some rune armor drops, so hopefully that'll make me able to survive a bit longer. Alright guys, so this is the end of episode 1, and I hope you really enjoyed it. I'm just finishing up some mining real quick, and I'm going to probably go hit up this island. But I'm going to be releasing this probably tomorrow.